What keeps me going in racquetball is my family, everybody who supports me, and just the feel of a win at the end of a tournament is what keeps me going. That's all I need. Winning is something you just can't explain to somebody unless they've felt it before. You know all the hard work has paid off, and you've tried so hard to get to that point, and you finally do it, and it's amazing. I'm Holly Scott, I play for Gearbox, and you should too.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first doubles qualifying match here. Dean Baer, voice of the IRT, sitting with me in the booth. Very special guest, Hall of Famer extraordinaire, Mr. Tim Hansen from Florida. Tim, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
What do you think about this match? I know that, obviously Rocky and Cliff is a big draw, but the other guys are from your area.
Yeah.
So you must be pretty excited to see those guys where they are at now.
Absolutely. This is so exciting watching them play, and this is a heck of a first-round match.
Qualifying match, mind you.
Qualifying.
So for those of you listening at home, our qualifying for doubles, the main pro draw starts in the quarterfinals, and that was an agreement, the pro players made with Doug Ganem, the director, quite a few years ago when he brought doubles to the table. He took a lot of the prize money from doubles came from the singles.
Right.
So the top 8, so to speak, were supposed to start in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
This should be a really good match. I mean, Mike and Alejandro, Mike Harmon and Alejandro Herrera, they play a lot together because they're from the same area, right?
Yep, they do. They play good together. They're a great team together, and
they have a chance here, is my point. And what you guys don't know at home is doubles is anybody's game. I mean, Cliff and Rocky, very experienced, so the numbers should tell you that they will advance. However, you got to do it.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if they were a late addition to the tournament, Cliff and Rocky as a doubles team.
Right.
So I mean, they don't usually play together.
Yep.
How do you think? Because you're a really good doubles player, and you play with your son, which is probably even more special. I can't imagine what that would feel like.
Yeah.
I ended up playing with my brother once. It was pretty special.
Yeah.
But from a doubles standpoint, they got a chance here, right?
I agree. I mean, you got Cliff, which is one of the greatest players ever of all time, and also Rocky. Rocky is a phenomenal player. The key is them keep playing together. If they can mesh together as a team, they're going to be deadly. Okay?
Yeah.
And the same thing with both of Alejandro and Mike Harmon. They've been playing together. So as a first-timers like Rocky and Cliff, they really don't have much experience together as a team, but they have to adapt. The other two are ready.
Yeah. Where's that coming from? So, what I wanted to say about the Colombian Alejandro Herrera, a lot of times, we talk about this on the broadcast a lot, they come in a pack. And they're all out there watching. They're all in the front row.
Yep,
and that's kind of special having your team behind you, right?
They're all out there cheering for him and getting him fired up, and that's Alejandro.
Hey, guys, game one. Score 0-0.
He plays good when he's fired up, and if he keep his game down, it's going to be a great team and a great match coming.
0 serving 0. So you notice we have the head pen scoreboard here. Cliff Swain starting it off here with a wrap. Harmon is right there. Alejandro going to take this off the back wall. Cliff gets that one. Wow, Cliff Swain right down the line. That's a really good shot that Mike Harmon made down the line. Maybe he forgot Cliff was a lefty because his racket was cocked and ready to go.
He was waiting for it. Yeah. He read it.
Amazing.
Down ball.
Oh, Rocky Carson.
The key to
0-1.
them, they need to work the middle with the lefty-righty.
Absolutely. So there's Herrera.
Stop, short serve.
So he called it a short serve.
Second. Short serve.
So head referee out refereeing this match is Mr. Rob Blanton from California.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I like playing lefty-righties because you can, if you're playing on the left side, you can kind of drive serve that middle.
Shot.
That's a decent serve.
Great shot by Mike.
1-1.
In the corner.
You know, those of you watching, you may not know a Mike Harmon, but a lot of
Second
racquetball players know Mike Harmon.
Of course, Mike's one of the top players in Florida and in the country.
I played against him in New York once. I mean, he just tossed me around the court. And I'm a pretty heavy guy, but he was tossing me around.
Mike's a great player.
Good coverage right there by Herrera. And it would be interesting to see if Cliff and Rocky kind of are rusty and how they mesh together early.
Yep.
Cliff is right there.
Half out.
So a half out right there. Mike Harmon will serve
2-1.
to Cliff Swain. 2 serving 1 on the head pen scoreboard here. Had to fix that up. And Mike Harmon, nice lob serve to Cliff's backhand. Oh, he skipped it in. It looked good from our view.
1-2.
1 serving 2 on the head pen scoreboard. Once again, Dean Baer in the booth with me. Racquetball Hall of Famer
Skip ball.
Tim Hansen from Florida. So let's talk a little bit about Florida racquetball, because you guys, we said how, you know, the Colombians are out there as a team. Florida racquetball is pretty special. There's a lot of there's a lot of people here from Florida. You guys kind of do a picture in front of the court every year. So there's usually like 20 guys, right?
I think this year we have probably 45 or 50 people coming.
From Florida racquetball.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a good turnout. And yeah, we support. We love the U.S. Open, and we come support it.
Well, you know, we talked last night. It's the premier event that our sport has ever seen. You know, we have a pretty big Grand Slam down in Bolivia, and the atmosphere there is more like a playoff game, and yet this is our Super Bowl. You know, like it's corporate, but there's a lot of people here. You know, it's designed, you know, corporate-wise in the front rows, and if you go to Bolivia, you know, the everyday fans are in the front row and they're loud. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. South American country fans are phenomenal. They're here for everything, and they have cowbells.
Everything.
They
Great backhand by Cliff Swain.
This is going to be a war. This is going to be a war match.
5 serving 2 on the head pen scoreboard here. Early in the U.S. Open, this is a qualifying round for professional doubles. Every match,
6-2.
every match that's on the show court today will be streamed. I think we have about a slate of about 10 matches, maybe more. We never really broadcast Wednesday, but here we are. This U.S. Open, again, it's extremely special for us.
2-6.
Good rally right there by the Floridians.
Stop.
It's interesting the serve that, you know, Herrera's doing from that that side of the court. He's kind of hitting the nick to the middle.
Right, he's trying to jam him, but it's a risky, especially the lefty.
Half out.
Take his shot.
Wow. Sailed out of play through the uprights right there. Half out, Mike Harmon in the box.
2-6.
2 serving 6. Nice little high Alvaro serve to the middle, but Rocky takes a backhand. And not a good shot by Herrera. So let's talk about what Herrera did there. He came out of that box with his backhand ready, and he really has to come out forehand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cliff with an overhand right there.
Half out.
Cliff couldn't get out. That was a little too much court coverage right there for Cliff Swain.
Alejandro's usually a backhand player. He usually plays the backhand, and Mike is a phenomenal forehand. So you're going to see
Them switching?
You see them switching. No doubt about it.
Is that on purpose that they start off?
They're starting off like this just to get everything warmed up, but I think as they're losing, or they're going to start losing more points, they're going to switch. You're going to see Mike dominate the forehand side, and he's going to block out Rocky more. That's what Mike likes to do. And Alejandro's more comfortable on the back.
You've played against both of these guys, right? In open doubles a lot of times back in Florida, you and Timmy?
Yep.
Wow, that's really, so you've seen a Hall of Famer like Cliff. I mean, Cliff Swain right there missed a ball. But in this court, I don't know if have you ever played on this court?
It's very hard to see.
Yeah.
In the back
Deep
corner.
in the, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's why if you notice this game, you can see a lot of cross-court passes because they want them not to lose it off the top.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff in the stands
looked
there.
like 2 bounces to me.
Yeah, they were holding up 2 bounces. Rob Blanton, I don't know if he saw it all, but
Skip ball.
didn't make the call. Called it a skip right there.
Yeah, it looked like 2 to
2-6.
Do they have appeals?
No, there's no
Oh,
appeals
okay.
early in the qualifying
Okay.
rounds. Appeals and doubles will start in the quarterfinal. Same thing for singles. You know, there's no line judges here. They can't even request them. That's a skip ball right there by Cliff Swain.
I can't see it.
Oh, that was.
See.
I don't know. I don't know why he can't see that ball.
Okay,
Side out.
You know, he's a little too close to the glass. He kind of should step back a little bit.
6-2.
That was directly off of Cliff's racket into the ground.
Yep.
6 serving 2 on the head.
It balances out, you know. The ref does his best, and it balances out.
You know, a lot of people in the chat box, they'll always say, you know, this, that, and the other. It's like Monday morning quarterback. Very easy to do, you know, from out here. And when you're not, when
7-2.
all eyes are not on you, when all eyes are on you, making the call is extremely difficult.
And you do it best you can, especially in doubles. You got 4 people on the court.
And they're all moving.
Crisscrossing. And you try and catch the ball as a ref, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Second serve.
Ooh, a good thing that was long. That came off the back wall and hit Herrera in the foot. He jumped.
And Cliff is a master at serving, and he will change up the serve that he's doing.
Oh, between the legs, Cliff Swain. Herrera with a big setup right
Skip
here.
ball.
Skip it. Oh, so if that was me, I'd turn around and say, "Oh, you saw that one."
Yeah.
I would be angry. Right?
The ref's doing a good
Timeout
job.
on the court. Let's take a short break right here on IRT Live.
Yeah, a little further back. There you go.
Which urgent care do you want to try this time?
This one's only a mile away.
Ooh, and it's in network.
This is our best idea yet.
It's not always easy to control your enthusiasm, but with UnitedHealthcare, it's easy to find quick care options and compare costs.
That's my husband.
Let me try this. Second time's the charm.
Oh, there goes mine.
UnitedHealthcare.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time back in. Cliff Swain serving 8, serving 2. That was a crack ace right
Beautiful
there.
serve.
Yeah, you talked about Cliff Swain serving.
Yeah.
I mean,
9-2.
He is a master at serving, and he knows how to mix them up, and he can hit any panel on the wall when he wants to.
I was talking to I'll say it because you know my brother Richie, and he was telling me how the game started changing and getting extremely hard. And Ruben Gonzalez would go onto the court,
9-2.
and he would serve that little cut nick, and he had it to a science. He needed a point, boom, crack
Right
it.
over the
You
line.
couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and he
Couldn't
put a
get
little
it.
spin on it, and he
Yeah.
did a beautiful serve.
He would practice for
Good ball.
hours. You know,
Yeah.
Kane Waslinchuk talks about that.
10-2.
He wants to go back to one serve. He said, "This is our job, our craft." He goes, and you know, we should be good at it.
Yeah.
And he said a lot of players are not good at it.
That's true.
And I think that's the difference between, if you want to say old racquetball and new racquetball, is, in my opinion, is serve.
11-2.
You're not seeing really good serves, and when there's a lot of young guys, you're going to see this week, Javier Estrada, Conrado Moscoso, when they play down in Mexico and Bolivia, the tournament in Mexico, the front wall is actually marble, and his serve was bullets. Insane.
I remember I saw that in Mexico when we went for the Junior Worlds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you at the club.
Yeah, that was amazing. Those panels or the tiles on the front wall.
And I asked one of the members of the club. I said, "Yeah, we're in Mexico, but marble's pretty expensive." And he said, "Yeah, it's a one-time charge." He goes, "It doesn't break.
Yeah,
when we
break.
do the cement, we're constantly fixing it." Look at the read right there by Rocky Carson.
Beautiful rally. Beautiful rally.
This game is going to get away from Herrera
12-2.
and Harmon.
Hit a shoot.
What did he say,
Call
12?
it hit a shoe.
Did he call it?
Came up.
Hit his shoe.
Is it 12-2?
Okay, replay.
Oh, replay.
Replay in 11-2. Replay 11-2.
11 serving 2. Yeah, when squash players, if you just take the shot, it's automatically, that's it,
Yep,
you're done.
Yep.
And we should really be that way, you know.
I agree.
But there's two sides to the equation, because some players will say,
2-11.
you want me to take the shot, or if they don't take the shot and you don't give me the penalty or at least a replay, I could be, out of luck.
Yep.
So it's a fine line.
And it depends on the referee. Some referees will just, they want to play it
3-11.
over, they want to play it over. And then you're like, that's unavoidable. So
3
it's-
serving 11. That was a good rally point. Rocky just skipped 2 easy balls.
Good shot.
4 serving 11 on the head pin scoreboard. So 2 skip balls by Rocky. Rocky tends to do this. He gets kind of a big lead, and he kind of keeps his foot off the gas a little bit. That's probably not a Cliff Swain type of move. You know what I mean?
Beautiful shot by Alejandro.
Cliff Swain doesn't take the foot off the gas. If he's got you 14, he's like, okay, let me just get one more. I don't care if you get a point.
Exactly.
So they're gonna attack Rocky Carson right here. It seems to be their best option. Good coverage right there by Mike Harmon. You said they kind of switch it up right there. And
5-11.
you just saw it. If it's a half out, did he call 5-11? Okay, 5 serving 11 on the head pen scoreboard, and here's Harmon down the middle, high lob. Rocky's going to step back.
Side out. 11-5.
Alejandro kind of forced that shot right there. He's on the run. He's not coming out of the box quick enough. I don't know if he knows pro doubles is a little different than open doubles. Soon as the service touches the ball, you can leave the box. And that's different in pro than amateurs.
Right, they might not know that rule.
Shot.
They may, it might be instinct for
12-5.
And it is, it's true.
And that's where a coach would come into play here and kind of just at least set him straight.
Yep.
Cliff Swain serving, 11 serving 5.
Good shot.
Wow.
Cliff is
Leaning
playing
back,
great.
and Cliff just
13-5.
Cliff is one of the best doubles players. He's just playing good.
13 serving 5 on the head pen scoreboard. Cliff Swain serving again. He gave Mike Harmon a regular Z-serve right there.
14-5.
So first game point opportunity right here for Cliff Swain and Rocky Carson. I expected a little more of a fight from Harmon and Herrera.
I did.
I don't want to assume that Cliff and Rocky are going to win this game at all, because doubles, it can turn on a dime.
I think you're going to see some adjustment next game. I think they're going to switch sides. But I think Alejandro's not really that comfortable on the forehand side, and Mike really likes the forehand much better. He's a really good forehand side.
Half out.
So,
F out. And what I see a lot from Cliff Swain when he plays is no matter what
14-5.
happens, he doesn't like the call. Sometimes it's easy. It's from an outsider.
Yeah.
It looks like the easiest call, but when he's in the court, he's like, I think he wants every call. I like that.
well, but I think most of the time he thinks they're good balls and so forth. But Cliff is just a competitor, and he's just playing hard.
Game 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. 15-5. We'll be back in a minute right here on IRT Live.
It's important to recognize that you are a team, in sports and in life. You are strong when they are weak, and you give support when they need it most. Correcting when an injury sidelines the journey, and remembering that no isn't an option. You can keep pushing yourself and your teammate because your energy is their energy, and greatness comes from pushing through.
Build in sport, made for life. Mueller.
I think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm going to like it no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name's Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake. Get yourself an M40 right now.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Alejandro Herrera. Get your M40 so you can play like me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Baer, the commentator here in the booth once again. Game number 2, Hall of Famer Tim Hansen, and we have junior national champ, actually a world champ in 14 doubles, Timmy Hansen. Timmy, welcome to the booth. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. So you were watching this match courtside, the first game. What did you see out there, and what adjustments you think Mike Harmon and Alejandro Herrera are going to make here in game 2? Because game 1 did not go as they planned.
I think they need to not skip as many balls, maybe hit more passing shots, keep the ball higher. Because they skipped a lot of shots that gave him easy points to Rocky and Cliff.
Was both players was skipping most?
Yeah, I think they both skipped a little bit too much. But they played good, I think. I just think Rocky and Cliff played really good, too.
Good diving get right there by Herrera. Down the line, Cliff Swain. Wow.
Cliff is
perfect,
hitting good.
Tim, right? Perfect.
He mixes up his shots phenomenal. He just goes cross-court into the glass, or when he has it set up, he'll go down the line and kill. You know, Cliff has weapons, uses them, mix them up, so you don't know what he's going to do. That's what makes Cliff.
Very hard to read.
Yep. See, look at it, right in that corner. He's got it set up, he puts it right in the corner.
I mean, and it was just a really good rally right there. Cliff killed that ball from shoulder high.
Shoulder high, right in that corner. Yep.
Can you make that shot? See, there he's switching the serve. He just drive that right down.
You'll not see
middle.
the same thing. He mixes them up. He's such a good server. He knows what to do. So he's mixing it up so they don't know what to do.
Oh, good call. I thought he was going to say he got it. So, Timmy, let's talk a little bit about Junior Worlds. You're going to be representing the United States. Great overhand.
Great, beautiful shot.
Yeah, in the 16 and under singles and doubles division at Worlds with my partner, Andrew Gleason.
That's going to be in San Jose, Costa Rica in November. So, Timmy, have you ever played on this glass court?
I played it the first year I came to the U.S. Open in the Pro-Am against Kane and his partner.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about how in the back of the court the lights are it's really hard to see.
It's very hard. Even all over, if the ball hits the side wall, it's so hard to keep track of the ball.
What a phenomenal shot. Down the line, what did he just do there? A little pinch, roll out,
He mixes
flat.
them up. He's got them all confused.
I played on this court on Monday. I played doubles against 2 kids from Chile. I had to really, I had to carry my partner. My partner was Conrado Moscoso. So we won in 2. I have a very new appreciation for Conrado Moscoso in doubles. Some of the shots and how he covers the court, even though we were just fooling around, was pretty good.
Yeah.
Carson and Swain, 2 serving 1 on the head pen scoreboard. But doubles is a fun game, but I as a player, playing doubles on this court is just too much.
And you can see it by Harmon and Herrera. They are having trouble with that glass. They're having trouble taking their shots. You know, it's and of course Rocky and Cliff are doing a great job mixing it up.
What a get right there. Timmy, that's like a get you do. And he skipped it in.
Yep. A lot of unforced errors by the Floridians.
Yeah, so Timmy, you played against these guys. I know you and your dad play doubles back at home, and you guys play against Harmon and Herrera. What's usually your game plan against them? Does your dad just kind of box out the right side player and let you just splat away, or?
He usually lets me. I play the backhand, so I usually get all in the back and in the front a little bit. I shoot. He stays up front, usually touches the shots.
See, like in here, they should have, if it was me playing in here, I would be in the front court. And I'd let Harmon run around. And, you know, Herrera has to stay in the front more. They're coming back and giving up the front court.
Well, you're right. They switched it up.
You see that in the back? That should have been Mike's shot.
Good coverage right there by Mike Harmon. Another good get by Mike Harmon. Good court coverage from Harmon. Oh, that was a 2-bounce get right there.
Great try. So when I play with Timmy, I stay in the front, and Timmy covers the back.
Well, you're not really running too much anymore.
I never do.
You're gonna trot.
I
you're gonna walk.
I haven't run in 40 years.
Listen, when you know where the ball's going, you could just walk to it. I say that to some guys when I play back at home. They're like, "You never run that much." I go, "Well, I know where you're gonna shoot it before you take the shot."
Yeah.
I said, "So change it up a little bit."
And doubles is a lot of strategy. A lot of strategy.
Good play right there by Herrera.
You can get 2 open players that can play 2 pros and beat them just
It's
because
possible.
of the strategy. The strategy.
Well, I think this is the first time the game has been tied at 3, besides 0-0.
They have the setups. They need to put them away.
Cliff just laid that one out there. So the first lead of this match by Herrera and Harmon. But they did make the adjustment, you said. They switched sides. You knew that was happening. Ooh. So, Tim, you played on the Pro Tour. Did you play against the Cliff Swain?
Oh, I played Cliff a few times.
Do you know how old he is?
Cliff is probably maybe just turned 50, maybe.
Not a good call for the Floridians right there.
No.
Oh, I think Rocky gave it to him.
Oh, he did. Very good.
Rocky's going to get a talking to by Cliff if there's a timeout right here. I don't want any extra play right here. So Cliff is 55?
Oh, he is. 53.
Yeah, about 53, 54. Going to be 54. I mean, he's born in 1966. So let's see.
Yeah.
It's too early for me to do math on the Central Time Zone right here.
But he's still competing. Cliff is
at a high level.
Yes.
But you don't lose the shot selection. You know, the only thing that breaks down is the body.
Body, exactly.
I think his mind is the exact same.
Yep. He understands the game. He knows the game. He knows the shots, as you can tell by his shooting.
Well, he did say good morning, Richie, today, so I gave him a Cliff Swain look right back. I said, I'm going to give you one pass. Don't do it again.
Richie. We need Richie back.
Herrera. Oh, nice shot. He did a Beltran right there. That's usually Alvaro's shot.
Yeah.
So, once again, the Floridians with the lead here. 4 serving 3 on the head pen scoreboard. Oh. Did he get that? Oh, he made it. 5 serving 3.
He did.
I thought he wasn't going to make it because he automatically backed up.
Yeah.
Oh, right at Mike Harmon.
Into the glass. Yep.
Yeah, you got to react real quick.
Yeah, you got to get out of that box,
doubles.
like you said. I think they don't know the rule.
Yeah, Timmy. So we were talking before about pro doubles a little different than amateur doubles. The players can leave the box as soon as the ball's touched. And It's very similar to international IRF play.
So you don't have to wait for it to come over the line.
No, you can. As soon as he hits it, you can start walking out. And we don't think that Mike Harmon and Herrera know that.
I don't think they would.
So that's an IRF rule. So you know that from playing in international play, you can automatically come out. That's a big difference because they're getting caught on the return of serve a lot, and they're not in position to make the shot.
Well, I'm on the National Rules Commission.
You are?
Yep, and that's one of the things that's come out for this year, and I think you're going to see that changed from the amateurs. So they're going to start following the IRF, where as soon as that ball is served, you come right out. As soon as it hits.
That's a good rule change. I mean,
Yeah.
the IRT did it, the LPRT did it. We went from 5 games to 3 games because we need to align our sport up so that everybody's playing by the same rules.
Yep. And it's
so
too
that we're not looked
confusing.
at differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like right now, perfect opportunity. They don't know the rule because of that, and you can see it.
They're getting beat on return of serve a lot.
Yes.
And you know, Cliff and Rocky are not going to let them know that.
No. No. They'll tell them after the match.
Yeah, later. You know, you could have came out and had breakfast. Wow. So Florida in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hall of Famer Tim Hansen, world champ, world junior champ Timmy Hansen in the booth together. Stop. I don't know. What did he? Oh, it hit him. It hit him. They're going to just hashtag just a replay, 5 serving 5 on the headband scoreboard. Cliff doesn't mind getting hit either. I wonder if there was any statistician back then when Cliff was playing, because he crowds his opponent in singles, and he's fine with getting hit.
That was part of the game back then. That was part of the game. It's the strategy was limit the swing of your opponent. You get hit, you don't get hit. That's part of the game. It was a different game back then. A lot of strategy.
You just took your Sharpie out after, and you autographed his hip and his calf with that big black.
But then remember, back then we had the smaller rackets.
Yeah,
and it
didn't hurt as much.
It didn't hurt as much.
Yeah,
it really didn't.
It hurts now.
And the ball wasn't as strong as this.
Yeah.
So it was, you know what? Hey, okay, a little mosquito bite hit you. You're good.
Do you get hit now?
Me? I try not to. I try not to. That's why I don't really run a lot. I stay there and jump or duck or whatever.
You jump? No way.
Yeah, I jump a couple inches.
They better be a really good shooter in the back if you're just lifting up that one leg.
Yeah.
Timmy, come on. He doesn't jump, does he?
He does sometimes.
And you shoot under him?
I try.
So you're a really good player then, Timmy. Wow, what a touch right there.
Beautiful. Cliff's just sitting in the middle and waiting for that shot. And he's just getting that corner.
5 serving 6 on the head pen scoreboard. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to call it bonus coverage today. We got about 10 matches, 10 more matches just in qualifying rounds today. Sponsored doubles tonight. What kind of serve was that? Like it looks like he put no thought effort into it, but it brought Rocky out of position and Cliff did not cover.
Yeah.
Will the Pro-Am doubles be streamed?
The Pro-Am doubles will be streamed. Are you in it this year again?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Who's your partner going to be?
They pick it there.
I know.
I'm not sure.
Who do you want to play with?
Good shot by Mike.
Didn't you win it one year?
Yeah, I think 3 years ago I won it.
3 years. Who was your partner when you won?
David Horn.
Do you know who plays like super hard in Pro-Am doubles? Rhonda. Rhonda goes nuts.
I played with Rhonda last year.
Doubles. In New York, I mean, I saw her dive in the Pro-Am doubles we had. So definitely, you win a gold medal here. Or, you win a U.S. Open gold medal for Pro-Am doubles. So it's really good. Really good for the guys that are donating money. What did he call?
Side out. He hit it. He was over the line, and he didn't call it.
6 serving 8. Cliff Swain serving. Holds his racket very loose. Do you notice the difference the way Cliff Swain holds his racket opposed to other players?
Always at the tip. Always at the bottom.
Maximum. Great shot down the middle. Cliff's like, did it hit him? Cliff Swain does not want a tiebreaker.
Nah.
Anytime you're north of 40, You try to stay away from that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's like extra innings. No go. No bueno. Rocky Carson Z-serve. Cliff Swain couldn't catch up to that one. 8 serving 6 on the headpen scoreboard here.
Good shot. Half out, 8-6. Stop.
Nice shot right there by Cliff Swain.
6-8.
They need to change up their serves.
Well, you talked about it before. Cliff, even though Rocky has the same serve a lot of times, he always changed the height, speed, and angle, so therefore it is a different serve. And your guys from Florida are not mixing it up enough.
They're not.
I can't see the ball, so I...
Rob, you got to see that ball, Rob.
Yeah, Rob. You're right there, Rob.
Why are you so consistently bad?
Why? So Herrera was talking to the referee, and he actually asked him, he's very close to getting it technical. He goes, you know what, you're very consistently bad.
Yeah.
And
Replay 6-8, thank you.
yeah, I mean, good showmanship there from good sportsmanship from Rocky Carson. But you know what? The referees has to see. You may not have to see the skip, but if you see that ball rotation, that you have to know is a skip. Just by the ball, the rotation of the ball.
And I think the referees should be at the same caliber as the
Half
player.
out.
They have to grade the shots, and then they have to see how the ball spins off the wall, how it takes off.
Yeah.
So that comes from experience of the top players playing.
It's one of the problems that every tournament has.
Yes.
These early games, there's no referees.
True.
There's no losers yet that have to ref or winners that have to ref, and our sport is just not in a position to have paid referees. You must get it when you're at national singles. Sometimes you have a guy that lost in the B doubles, and here he is reffing your open doubles match. Gold medal match, and you're like, come on now.
Seriously, that's so true.
It's a problem that our sport has.
I was
that
very
we need to
impressed
correct.
with the juniors world championships, how they have professional referees.
But there's
Just
money.
a replay.
But it really makes a difference because they're non-biased. They're out there. They call it. They're
8-7.
just there to ref. It's really
They're paid.
I
They
agree.
also have a schedule, and they don't ever ref their own country.
Right.
They don't ever line judge their own country.
Half out.
And it's IRF referees are entirely different. You can't talk to
8-7.
them. You can't look at the coach. Can't talk to the referee. It's an automatic technical. There's never a warning. It's just boom, done.
Yes, but it shows the professionalism in our sport.
Yeah, that's something that we need to get. We need to
I
get
agree.
to, and it's money. It's like anything
Side
else,
out.
And there's not
7-8.
enough to go
And
around.
it's tough to do that at every tournament. You don't have to do it at big events if you can do it.
No,
But
I run a tournament too, and what we try to do on the IRT is when we get to our qualifying rounds, we usually put like 3 matches first because it's easy to find 3 referees.
Right.
Now you have the losers that have to referee.
Right.
So now you have 3, and you have the 3 that you have. Now you have 6 going forward. Now you got the losers. Here we have 9 courts, and there was matches starting
call
at
the
9
shot.
in the morning here on a
Thank
Wednesday.
you.
Yeah.
You're not getting too many referees. So
8-8.
it's difficult.
That's true. It's a good backhand by Mike Harmon. Straight in shot.
Skipped.
Skip on himself.
Just a replay.
Mike called the skip?
See, that's just a replay just because Cliff jumped, but I think the rule states even if you jump, it still should be a...
And every time he serves that, Cliff's always in Mike's way.
Well, that's
for the
Cliff's...
shot.
Your dad was saying that's Cliff's,
strategy.
kind of strategy.
That's a good shot from Mike.
Yeah, reverse pitch
8-8.
is always good in doubles.
And especially on these walls. You hit that glass, you don't see it until it hits the front wall.
Yeah.
So that's an extra half a second, a quarter of a second that you
Which
screened
makes
it.
a difference at this level.
Absolutely.
So those of you watching, you can see the front wall with the U.S. Open and all the logos on it. So if you go behind the front wall, you can actually see through that wall and watch. Wow, Rocky and Cliff switch sides right here. Interesting. And that's a skip by Mike Harmon, but he sold it.
He did sell it. He sold it.
Oh.
Good. Wow.
Yeah, so he had 2 bad calls against him, and he just got 1 back.
Hey, it balances out.
He's serving 8. That was interesting that Rocky and Cliff switched sides just for the serve.
Yeah.
That should be some confidence
Good
for
shot, half
Herrera
out.
saying, hey, they don't want to serve to me.
Yeah,
8-8.
sure is.
But out of position there, half out.
That's the thing, that he needs to move up front more.
Stop.
Shot by Cliff.
Up next on this court is going to be
8-8.
Charlie Pratt, and I got to pull up the draw and see who he's
I
playing.
think it's Jonathan Burns.
Yes, he plays
JB.
Jonathan Burns from Florida.
Who did Jonathan play?
He played an early qualifying match this morning, and he won.
I think Joe Kelly, I think.
Oh, one of the Kellys? Oh, really? Interesting.
Jonathan's JB's one of our top players in Florida. He's playing really good ball right now. This is the first time he's trying to qualify for the
Half out.
IRT.
Wow, Cliff did like a somersault. I don't know if he tripped on a shoelace. I don't think that was a dive, was it?
Looks like one of my dives.
There's no way you're diving. Come on, that's a trip.
That's what I'm saying. That's a dive to me.
So Jonathan Burns beat us.
8-8.
Sam Kelly, 15-3 and 15-5. Amazing. So Jonathan Burns, another Floridian on this court, coming up next against IRT staple Charlie Pratt and current junior national racquetball coach.
Good shot.
Shot right there by Carson. Easy point.
9-8.
Now that match is going to be a very, very good match for JB. He's going to have to adjust to this court. He's never played on this court.
It's difficult.
Very difficult. So he's going to have a really hard time on this court, in my opinion. So it's going to be good.
Charlie was in here yesterday.
10-8.
He was had a couple of the juniors. He was kind of, was it yesterday or might have been
yesterday?
Might have been, yeah. It was yesterday morning. He had a couple of the junior girls on the court, you know, going over some drills and some practice sessions. Great coaching from Charlie Pratt.
Just a replay.
That's a good call. That ball came right next to Cliff, and Mike could not
Cliff
see
is strategically
Yeah.
taking that position, and he lets the door open a little bit.
He's not
He
going to
just opens that door a little bit, which is why he is a great player. He knows the game.
Side out.
Good pass by Herrera and a nice little cut serve by Rocky Carson.
8-10.
Didn't fool him. 8 serving 10. Game 2 here on the head scoreboard. The 2 Floridians better do something or they're going to go home quite early here in double.
They had a good lead, and they let him back in.
Ooh, behind the back, Cliff might. You would think he would try to sell that. Say, hey, I didn't see it.
9-10.
It came off the glass. I didn't see it. So every single U.S. Open, the whole Hansen clan is here, Tim. So how long have you guys been coming as a group? Because I know it's extremely rare that it's just the 2 of you traveling.
Stop. Second.
So the family itself travels. How many U.S. Opens has this been? Do you know off the top of your head, or
Probably 5 or 6 in here in Minnesota. But you know, I came with Timmy. We came a couple times, being
shot, half out.
ourselves, and then the girls started liking coming here and having a great time. And
I know they don't play, but they love coming.
they love coming here. They love everybody. Love watching. Love supporting us. And
We had a pretty busy schedule
Side out.
yesterday for the IRT, and
10-9.
the girls were so helpful. They went and got me some lunch for our whole IRT broadcast staff, so we thank them for that. I paid for it, but they went. I gave him a good tip. I gave him a tip. I shouldn't say a good tip. I'm trying to learn from Fran. You got to moderately spread it out. Yeah, you can see Cliff wants to get out of here. Every shot he's going for it. What a shot right there by Herrera. Nice thing. He takes that shot a lot.
Yep,
from
he
the back
does,
of the
and he's
court.
good at it.
Yeah, and even if you read it, you're not getting it because that ball's maybe 2 inches off the front wall. Carson serving. Oh, Carson switched back to this serve. But it didn't work out well. Ooh,
Set
nice
up like that.
11-9.
from Carson. 11 serving 9 on the head pin scoreboard. So early in our broadcasting, we're calling it bonus coverage, but real coverage here all day long. working out all the kinks we have here in the broadcast booth. And a lot of racquetball coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
9-11.
Timeout on the court. We'll take a short break ourselves right here on IRT Live.
What keeps me going in racquetball is my family, everybody who supports me, and just the feel of a win at the end of a tournament is what keeps me going. That's all I need. Winning is something you just can't explain to somebody unless they've felt it before. You know all the hard work has paid off, and you've tried so hard to get to that point, and you finally do it, and it's amazing. I'm Holly Scott, I play for Gearbox, and you should too.
The official sports medicine sponsor of the U.S. Open Racquetball Championships. Mueller incorporates over 60 years of sports medicine experience into a variety of innovative and active braces, supports, tapes, and wraps to benefit.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Last shot of the U.S. Open court. We have a lot of staff on here helping Doug Ganem out there. There's media personnel. You saw there's Coach Fran Davis talking to Cliff on his way in. She was doing a lot of hand gestures. I don't know if that, I think it was like, hurry up and let's go. I need Starbucks. A lot of guys out there helping wiping the courts, media crew. So Dean Bear sitting here in the booth with me, Hall of Famer, Mr. Tim Hansen, and Junior World Champion Timmy Hansen. Both Floridians here cheering on their guys from Florida.
Half out.
Are you cheering for
Half
them
out,
or against them?
I just want to watch a good match. I know what they're capable of doing. I want to make sure they play a good match. And they're doing
because you guys already started changing places. Yeah. It was a skip ball.
It was a skip ball, he said. Herrera.
9-11.
Not happen. Not happen. Yeah. 9 serving 11. The Floridians are looking for a tiebreaker. The veterans want to go home. What is going to be the outcome? Reverse pinch right there from Cliff. You can't give him a 7 on the back wall.
Nope.
Like that.
Cliff is shooting very well today.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next on IRT Live, singles qualifying match. Veteran Charlie Pratt against qualifier.
Stop. Short serve, second. Yeah.
Short serve. Really need someone, especially on this court, when they do these high lobs. You brought it up before about encroachment. These guys get really close. As a player, you push the envelope until you get caught, so to speak.
Absolutely.
11-9.
11 serving 9. Second server, Carson. Probably a high lob Z. He loves the Z serve, Rocky. No, changes his mind. That never usually works out well when you make the change right before you serve.
Second serve.
Yep, called it.
And I say it every time when I play. I'm like, I change my mind. Don't change your mind afterwards. I hate that. But there it is, high lob Z to the middle. Harmon's right there. Set up for Herrera. Wide angle. Can't catch up right into the grip. We say it a lot about doubles, Tim, and you could probably agree. The wide angle pass, or jam passes, anything that's going to hit that glass and come to the middle.
Absolutely. It's tough to react to.
Good shot. Half out.
And when
9-11.
he's serving that jam, but Rocky's keeping that ball so far away from him.
Yep.
I expect a little more fire out of Herrera. What a pickup there by Harmon. Cliff rolled that one in, but is the referee going to call it? Let's
see.
10-11.
Yeah, he probably just waited for the players to make the call.
Sometimes you do. You have to. Let's see what they do.
Skip ball.
Oh, skip the ceiling ball. Never a good idea.
Right.
Side out. Swain, Carson.
Swain and Carson are keeping them off balance very well. They're mixing them up, and they're just having them chase the ball.
Well, Mike Harmon said, why you want to serve to me? Cliff's like, it doesn't matter. I might serve to you anyway. I don't care if you hit Rocky. And he did it. That's funny. Old school racquetball. I hate it when I play doubles and my partner serves it to my side. I don't want to get hit ever. Like you said before, at this age, we don't want to get hit.
Skip ball.
Serve right there.
Jammed it right in there.
Yeah, but you talked about, Cliff Swain serving. You talked about it earlier in the broadcast.
12-10.
He's just so good at mixing things up.
So good.
And never
Cliff
letting you get settled.
Great server, and that's what he's doing. He's mixing up. He's not going for crack aces. He's going with a very weak return. He's setting them up.
On the point right there. Well,
and they're just chasing the ball. They're just chasing.
Yeah. They had their lead. They
13-10.
Giving it up. 13 serving 10. On the headpen scoreboard, Cliff Swain again serving from the right side of the court.
Second serve.
He's going for it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I said before, he don't want no breaker. No. He wants.
Oh, him.
Looks like I couldn't see. Maybe give me something, anything.
It hit Herrera. I wonder
Did
if
it hit him?
Yep.
14-10.
Yep, he called the point on it. Yep.
Cliff had no chance to get that ball.
Nope.
Herrera's got to see that and move out. First match point opportunity. Timmy, what serve you think he's going for?
Crack on the right glass wall.
Yes, absolutely. Tim?
Absolutely.
Crack ace.
14-10. Go for it. He wants to end it.
Like a walk-off homer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a crack on the left side.
Second serve.
Just went straight in. See? He went for the short. But he's good. Drive serve, second serve.
That's match.
Wow, I thought that was a good shot, but ladies and gentlemen, Carson Swain will move on. 15-5. 15-10, a little bit of a fight. Next matchup, Jonathan Burns, Charlie Pratt, coming up. I believe it is coming up at 11:30 in 15 minutes. So 15 minutes coming up next match. So better game for the Floridians in game 2, but they didn't make the adjustments they needed to, right?
They should have switched. They had the time to switch sides a little bit, I think. They need to adapt. When you're in a doubles team, you have to adapt to your opponent. They just kept doing the same thing, and if they would have adapted a little bit, I think they would have done a little better.
Hey, you see Jonathan Burns warming up in there.
Yep.
He's looking young.
Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our matchup here. We're going to go to a commercial break, cut our feed. We'll be back. I want to thank Tim Hansen, Hall of Famer, Timmy Hansen, current world champion doubles player and national champ, both in singles and doubles. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching this last match. I'm sure we'll see you a little bit later on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right here on IRT Live.
Remind everybody that coming up this afternoon about 5:30 or so, players here all the time. Men's and women's pros. Pro and Surrey double.
You're about to witness one of the fastest sports in the world, with a ball traveling at speeds close to
an hour. I'm trying to push it to 3.